Hello everyone, Michelle here from the Creative Cove. Thanks for joining me today. Today is a product review of Arrtx markers. We're going to do a couple little projects with them to try them out. They are water-based brush tip markers, bright and opaque. This is the 30 color set. I've taken the plastic off, so I will open it now and show you what arrives. So this is the stickers. So for example, if you have a marker holder or whatever, you can add the stickers to the front of this, and that way you can reorder your cards, your pens that you want. So here's a little business card and information on the product, as well as their website and other products they sell. So here's the markers. So you can see you get a pretty good range of color here. And you can take your time and say take a piece of paper and try out each color to see what color really comes out of these markers. So for example, I'm just going to grab this book here. So this is the color it's showing. I find them pretty darn accurate. So I don't bother doing that, but you can if you're going to be getting into a lot of detailed work with these. You want to make sure you know what color you're pulling out. Here is the other set they sent me. So this has 36 in it. So I believe they're the same kind of markers. This one just has more range of color. So let me just pull out the bottom here. Come on, there we go. So there you go. You get a little bit more range of color options in the bigger set. I will link the product below. This is not, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't make money on this. It's just they send me the product and they asked me to try it and film it. And that's what I agreed to do because one, I really like getting markers. And two, I do like to try different kinds. I do like to try and see what it is I can do with them. So let's do a drawing. So I bought these shoes at Walmart and I wanted to try on canvas. So these are, I think these were 14 bucks. 14 bucks. And I thought we'd give it a try and see how they react to canvas. Because what a fun project this could be with kids. This could be a fun project with like canvas bags. You can paint on a shirt. I think this would be so fun for a summer project. So let's get coloring. Let me grab the markers. Okay, so I thought about what it is I want to draw, and I picked out a color selection of markers I want to use. So that way I don't have to have all the boxes in front of me. Sometimes I find it a little bit easier with a project to just pull out colors and a color palette and work with that as opposed to having all the colors in front of you and being overwhelmed by those colors. So you can pre-sketch, of course, your design. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to try these markers out. So you can see they have a pretty flexible brush tip to them. The color on the canvas is nice and opaque. So they advertise as opaque. So that's something I'm going to believe right now is they do go on nice and thick. So I'm just gonna do some doodling here and see what I come up with. I think these would be a really fun little project with kids. They can design their own shoes, and these canvas shoes are pretty darn cheap. And what's nice about acrylic paints, in this case acrylic markers, is that you can go over the color. So say you've put a color down and you're not happy with it. Well, it's acrylic, so they should sit on top of each other. There's also the blending capacity, so we'll play with that in a minute. Right now, I think I'm just going to draw my design. So I know I want something kind of organic here with some flowers and some of these simple summer colors. So I'm starting with the deeper green. And these, again, they don't have names, these colors. They only have numbers. So let's do something in the front here. So it can be a little nail biting to just go ahead and paint something on a shoe. But I think just being loose like this can be really fun and see where it takes you. And again, it's acrylic, so most likely we'll be able to color over it if you're not happy with it. And then you got your own unique little shoe. Right? Fun. You can do rainbows. You can do, you know, would be really cute would be, I didn't take those marker colors out, but you could do like little leaves with, what are those bugs called? Ladybugs? That'd be so cute. That'd be no, or little strawberries. Oh my gosh. I might have to go get some more shoes. So far as coverage goes, the coverage is nice in these markers. Now I have not obviously washed these, so I'm assuming because it's acrylic that the acrylic would stay in the shoe. Most acrylic paints tend to last and up to washing. It might fade after a while. Just gonna, so this is the elastic piece of the shoe, so I'm gonna dab extra paint in there. I'm just putting on these little flowers. I want to add a little bit of color in. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. All right, maybe some yellow flowers. Yeah, this would be real. You could do a pair of shoes and a purse to match. How coordinated would you be this summer? Everybody like, oh my gosh, where did you get that purse to match your shoes? Be like, I painted it. Okay. All right, so we got the base. We got the base composition going. Let's have some fun. I brought some other greens out to play with layering. So let's put this minty green in here. So you can see what I mean by going over top. Now canvas is porous, so it will absorb the marker as opposed to if you were to paint straight onto wood, for example. But you can see how you can play with depth here and really get into some serious detail if you wanted to. So much fun. I mean, you could even sell these. You know, I would definitely do a wash test with it if you're looking at selling product, just to make sure the durability is there. But how much fun would that be, just to do a bunch of drawings on purses and shoes for kids? And like I said, these canvas shoes were only like 14 bucks Canadian. Just gonna throw a little bit of this mint green in the rest of the leaves, and then maybe we'll try another green. Okay. Let's try some yellow in the leaves. See what we get here. Love it. Just saturates right in, but also sits on top. So you can really build up some depth here. So fun. It's amazing the products that are available now and how affordable they can be. You know, back when I was a kid, acrylic markers, never heard of such a thing. And now you can paint with a pen. So cool. And you can see I'm very loose. I'm not, so you can really take your time and really build up detail and things like that. But I'm a loose painter to begin with. I like to play with my paints a little bit. Let's try this kind of neutral green. And I'm just putting layers of colors in. If you can hear some shuffling, that's the puppy. I think I need a dark green down here. Let's put the dark green into the flowers a little bit. The one thing I do notice about the acrylic marker set, though, is there's not a lot of range of value. So, for example, if I wanted to make a really dark army green, there isn't one. There's no real dark colors. They tend to be pretty pastel-y, so I'll have to make my own. But that's what's nice about these markers, is you can actually blend a color. So you can treat them exactly like acrylic paints. Okay, so let's see. I brought these other pinks out. I think I might add a little bit of soft pink in here. Just for a highlight maybe. Let's go with the bright pink first. Kind of want to blend these bright pinks into the leaves as well. Oh, now I've got an airplane taken off. See, you can just really play with the color. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And then we'll do the other color set. It's the same marker, only more colors, but maybe we'll do a quick little sketch on paper and you can see how versatile the product is. I would recommend these markers. I really like them. You do want to store them kind of in the box down like this so that the ink moves to the tip, because I have in the past opened them and they were dry. Because the ink has settled to the bottom of the pen, you want to make sure you keep the nib wet. So when you store them, don't store them flat, store them upright. And I think that will help maintain them a little bit. So let's add a little bit of marker. Now this isn't theirs. They did actually send me a couple of extra pens here, but they're white, gold, and silver. And I don't want to play with that on the shoe. Maybe we'll draw with those after, because she hadn't mentioned those in the email, but they showed up. So I was like, sweet, extra pens. This is just a pigment liner. This is water-based as well and water-resistant. So this should hold up in the washing machine as well. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of contrast, and then I'm going to go back in and maybe brighten them up a little bit. Anybody who watched my channel knows I love to add black liner to my sketches. I just really like the look of it. So these are no exception. And I'm just gonna scribble a couple of details out. There's just something about the pen that I really like against paint, watercolor especially. It must be the contrast that I like. So I'm just gonna draw out the petals and then do a quick outline of the leaves. Draw out the petals. I think the contrast really makes the colors that you pick pop. And it also gives it that kind of hand-painted look, which is what I'm after. I want my shoes to look unique. People be like, cool, man, where'd you get your shoes? Well, I painted them. And again, great project for kids, seniors, anyone who wants to be crafty. I've tried different acrylic markers before, and they do last quite a long time. You do get a significant amount of ink out of them, which is nice, because there's nothing worse than running out of ink. So you can do quite a few projects with one box of markers. Super fun. All right, almost done. Okay, so now I have my contrast. I think what I'm going to do now is brighten a few spots. So I'm going to use the white, and I'm going to add in a little bit brightness back. And you can see it will make the tips dirty, but you can just wash those off by rubbing it onto a piece of paper to eliminate any transfer of color. It's like a paintbrush, right? So it's going to grab that paint. Just going to do this quick here. And then maybe we'll embellish the edges of these. And then I think I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in here because I like the look of the yellow. I love yellow. So over top of that white, I'm going to throw the yellow in, and it should brighten it up, but not get rid of all the other colors I've put in. Love this. So you could pre-draw something for someone and then let them color it in. You could trace something on the shoe and color it in if you're a little nervous to freestyle. And then maybe some dots. About dots. Who doesn't love dots? Just keep going and going. Maybe dot a few colors. Definitely want to dot some pinks and greens. A couple of dots of green. And you could leave it that simple because it's really cute. And look at the cute shoes. Your very own design. And I think I'm just going to do a few pink ones just to tie in the colors together. They almost look like watercolor. So delicate. And then I thought it'd be kind of fun to do maybe the edge here. So just throw on the paint on the edges. A little less messy. And maybe go into this one. What I wanted to show you is how you can blend that color. So you want to get it while it's still a little wet. Blend out that pink. I missed the top here. Let me just get that. And then blend it. And then into the next color. So maybe yellow. So you can see how kids would really have a lot of fun with this for sure. And then some green. Let's do this green. little bit of yellow blending there. So you can get a range of yellow, lime green to green. It's kind of hard to color on camera. Hopefully you can see. And then back to the yellow. Blend it out. Cute. Look at the side. That's so fun. Okay, I'm getting obsessed now, so I'm gonna do the whole thing. This wasn't supposed to be this long, but I can't help myself. It's just too much fun. And then I think I'll do the base of the shoe too, because why not? A little limey here. So you can get a nice range of color. You just kind of have to mix your own to get different values. Yellow. Maybe I'll do some yellow around the shoe here. Just have some fun with it. You can keep going and keep going. And that's the nice part about the acrylic, is it will sit on top of another color. So let's do something where we do the green. So this is rubber here. Now, will the acrylic stay in the rubber after a wash? I can't say. I mean, technically it should, because it's, I'm gonna go with the darker green here. Technically it should, because it's acrylic paint. And if you've ever gotten acrylic paint on yourself, you know that it doesn't come off very easily. Just so much fun how these colors blend. I just want to do the side of the shoe, and that will probably be it. I don't want to overkill, which I may have done already. I may have gone a little crazy. Let's do yellow, a little bit more clean yellow. Do you see the potential possibilities of this, though? It's being just so much fun. So it's multimedia surface, right? You can do any surface. You can do glass, you can do wood. And I think that's what makes acrylic paint so fun. Pink, pink. So like acrylics, you want to move while they're wet so that they do blend. The screen, did we use the screen? I think we did. To this screen. And then into this screen. Too fun. Way too much fun. So there we go. How fun is that shoe? Right? Super fun. I love this. Love the range of color here. All right, well, let's try the other set. Let's try it on paper. Let me just put the caps on these. And like I said, they're the same set, I believe. There's just more color options in this other one. You definitely don't want to leave the caps off for very long. Acrylic does dry out, and once it's dry, there's no reactivating it like watercolor paint or anything. Once they're dry, they're dry. Okay, let me put these back in here. Okay, let's try this set now, which has 36 colors. Water-based brush tip opaque markers. Like when you just open this, don't you just want to get your hands on there? So here's some papers I have. These are these little peel and stick library card kind of things that I got off Amazon a long time ago. I thought we could draw on one of these just to see the vividness of the colors on paper. Let's try some orange. So I'm just going to, again, wing it. That and maybe pink. I'm into the pink and orange right now. I guess it's summertime. I'm just going to make some flower. Kind of daisy looking flower. And then let's see if I can make it a little bit more realistic looking by playing with different saturations of hues here. So I'm just blending that out, and you can see it blends pretty good on paper too. Okay, let's put the lid on this. What else? Let's do, so you can see what I mean by a dark pink. So this is really the darkest pink there is. But if I want to add some value to this, I maybe might add this kind of, I guess that you could consider this a dark pink. But some of this in here along with this. So I would smear that out, and you can see it creates a little bit more of a darker color. So wherever I want some shading, I would put this in. So a little bit in here. A little bit in here. And then if you overshoot it, of course, you can let it dry. And then go back with a lighter color. So this is like an off-white, this one, because here's the white. So that could be fun. And just hit it with a highlight. So I like to use markers like this on different surfaces. I don't love drawing on paper with markers, with the acrylic markers, because I find it absorbs really fast. You would preferably use something like a mixed media type of paper. I'm just going to go back to this pink here, the original pink. Let's soften that out a bit. Because the paper is porous, so it absorbs really quickly, and I find it kind of limited on manipulating the paint before it will start to destroy your paper. So let's maybe go into, what else do we have? This kind of goldy color here. Throw some other color in the center. That's a really pretty color. I don't know what I'd call that, like a gold yellow. It's really pretty. And then maybe soften it with a little bit of orange, because you know I'm going to add my black pen. You know I'm not going to be able to resist. So let's go maybe with a dark green. Again, not dark, right? Just like a shade of green. If I want it dark, could add some black to it. And just kind of play with that. And that's the only way you're going to get a range of different values, by adding another kind of dark color behind it and mixing it in. Oops. Black and green. And then maybe going over with a bit of a highlight here. So you're going to get a very streaky look when you're using it on a very porous surface like acrylics. Like paper. So maybe we'll use one of these gold pens. So here's the Artech Gel Impact Gold. Let me use the black first, because I do want to build that contrast up. So again, I'm just using that black pen that I have before. So you can see just adding that black really kind of pops those colors. It's just the look I like. Hopefully I'm on camera here. All right. Okay, and then a little bit of gold, just for fun. You can scribble out that gold for a little highlight. Kind of a unique little piece here. The gold's really pretty. It really sits on top too. There you go. So you got fun shoes and you got paper. So I will link the product below. If you're interested, go ahead and have a look. Again, it's not a paid promotion. It is just a product review. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some fun ideas to be creative. And check them out. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys. Take care. Bye.